and jump on the roller. Today, we're going to do 90 seconds on, 30 seconds off. And so within that 90 seconds, we're doing 3 different exercises. So it's really 30, 30, 30, and then 30 seconds rest. So first exercise is a walking lunge. This can be done anywhere between body weight and holding 2 weights. You can also hold 1 weight. You'll just switch halfway through, switch hands. So with a walking lunge, we're literally just taking a step forward. If you're holding 2 weights, you'll be down here. If you're holding 1 weight, it's going to be, you'll just hold it in 1 hand for a bit. There she is. So just walking forward, holding weight or not, 30 seconds. Just make use of the space that you have for that walking lunge. And right after that, we're going plank and reach. So you're going to be in a push-up position. From that push-up position, you'll be here, and then you're going to reach with a thumb up towards the ceiling. So right here, get a good solid plank, and then we're just reaching. All right, so try not to let anything shift as you do that. Morning, Carol. Morning, Elaine. And then finishing up with shuffle. So, you shuffle to one side, lateral squat when you get there, like you're going down to touch a cone, lateral squat when you get there, like you're going down to touch a cone. All right, so those are the first 3, the walking lunge, the plank, called plank and reach, and then the shuffle, and then we rest. So we're gonna do that for 5 rounds, and then we'll move on to the next 3. The next 3, staggered push-up. So you're gonna go to a push-up, but instead of doing 30 seconds of a push-up like this, you're gonna offset your hands. So 1 hand will be slightly behind, 1 hand will be slightly ahead, and then at 15 seconds, we'll switch. And you'll do your push-ups that way. So that's that. A row hold. So you may use, maybe the same 2 weights that you use for the lunges. If you use lunges, I would say if you only have 1 weight, do a 2-hand hold. So hold both hands on a kettlebell or dumbbell and pull up just like this. So with that, we want to make sure that your hips and legs are supporting you, and then you're just squeezing your shoulder blades together to hold that weight. So we just hold for 30 seconds. As an alternative, if you have a band, you can also use a band. Just stretch it in between your feet, reach down and grab and pull it up. So it just depends on what you got at home. And the last 30 seconds will be jumping jacks, and then rest after that. So nothing groundbreaking today, but we will be moving for about 20 minutes. Let's finish up on the roller here. We'll go maybe 2 more minutes, making sure we get through or to your hips. Last night in the mobility circuit, we did a tennis ball mobility. So we did kind of a lot of spaces where you can fit a tennis ball. So if you find that the roller maybe is a little bit too broad stroke for you, you can get into some tighter spaces by doing almost the same exact thing. So you would just turn like I'm turning on the roller right now. You would turn on the tennis ball. You'll find that it presses up into some areas that the roller can't reach. So that's always an alternative. You would basically just follow what we're doing here on the roller. We'll do it with the tennis ball. All right, let's move that roller up to your back, middle of your back. We try to keep the rollers out of your low back, just because it becomes hard to control where your spine is when you do that. So we don't want to have you arching too much over the roller. Put 1 arm up, tilt to a side. And same thing on the other side. All right, from there, let's put your spine down the roller. So sit at one end, rest your head on the other end. If you don't have a roller, it's totally fine. You can do this one without it. But from here, we're just gonna let your chest open up by laying the back of your hands on the floor. And then you'll kind of feel where you get the best stretch, but we're working our way up to hands going overhead. So here, as you get your hands closer to overhead, check in, make sure your back isn't arching up off of the roller. Tendency is to get, a little more range of motion by arching, but we're gonna keep your low back glued to the roller and hang out in the spot where you get the best stretch. You might feel a difference from side to side. All right, from there, let's slide those elbows back down into your back pockets. So we're just reaching up into the letter Y, and down into the letter W. So as you're sliding down, first check in with your low back. Make sure that you're still touching that roller or the ground. Also, we want to make sure that our forearms are parallel to the floor here. So it won't be elbows low and hands high. You want to try to keep your elbows and hands at the same level. And good. So now that we've got a chest stretch in there, we're going to bring that roller around. So now we're on the floor. If you have a roller, prop your knee up on top of it. If you don't have a roller, you can just stack your knees on top of each other. I like this better if you can do it. So hands together, then we're going to open up. So now we're using a little bit of that chest stretch to get through a big rotation in your upper back. So again, as you open up, that roller should stay steady. And let's go to the other side. And good. All right. So let's go ahead and push those feet up towards the ceiling. Keep your belly nice and strong. We're going to drop one heel down to the floor and alternate those. If you need a little bit of help holding on to the back of your leg, you can do that. So we just hold here and then switch as you go. Otherwise, we're trying to keep your heels facing up towards the ceiling. And relax. Okay. Let's come on up to a side plank. So you can do this from your feet or from your knees. Just coming up to the side plank. And then we're going to push that bottom leg down into the floor and lift up. Let's do 5 of them. 2, 3, 5. We're going to hold at the top on the last one. And good. Let's relax all the way down. And switch sides. So we'll hold here for 10 seconds. We're going to push up for 5. Push 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold at the top. And relax. Let's come up to one knee. So take a knee for a hip flexor stretch. Elaine, you got kicked out. All right, so just staying nice and tall here. Let's go hands on top of your head. We've already rotated your upper back, so now we're gonna tilt. So let's just tilt to one side. Think about taking your ear and your elbow, pointing them down at the ground, and you're gonna tilt to the side where your knee is up. And let's switch sides. Get that hip flexor stretch first. Keeping your tailbone down. Hands come up. And you should feel that stretch increase as you tilt, or at least get a stretch down your ribs. Making sure we're staying tall. Tailbone stays tucked. All right. Last little bit of warm up here. We're gonna do a reverse lunge to SLDL. So you're gonna lunge backwards. So we take that step back. The same leg is gonna stay glued on the floor. We just go right into an SLDL. So we tip here, give yourself a little hamstring stretch, back into the lunge. You can reach with it to get a little extra shoulder warm up. We'll do 5 of each. And let's switch sides. And relax. All right, we're gonna get started here. The first group, first 3, walking lunge, plank with a reach, and the shuffle. So if you're using body weight, you don't need anything else if you're using body weight for the lunges. If you're gonna use weight for the lunges, go ahead and grab it. You can hold 1 or 2 weights. So we'll get started in about 10 seconds here. Grab what you need. Okay, getting started in 5, 3, 2, 1, and walking lunges. Here we go, always forward. If you're holding the weight in one hand, go ahead and switch hands. About halfway there. Getting ready to go into that plank position in 5 seconds. And here we go. Put the weight down, right into a plank. We reach. Turn that thumb up towards the ceiling. Open palm. As you lift, you shouldn't notice your shoulder crunching up by your ear. We want to pull that shoulder blade down. Okay, we're going to shuffle in 3 seconds. 2, 1, and here we go. Shuffle down to that lateral squat. Ten seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, and rest 30 seconds. So that was round 1 out of 5. All right, in 3, 2, 1, walking lunges, here we go. Again, if you're just holding one weight, I actually like that because it's a different lunge each time. Switch it up if you're holding one weight. And plank and reach, here we go. Pushing that arm out straight, pulling your shoulder blade back and down. Check in, make sure your hands aren't propped way out in front of you. You should be under your chest or shoulders. 5 seconds left. And shuffle. Ten seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Back up to the top for round 3. Walking lunges in 3 seconds. 2, 1, and here we go. Try to get that knee as close as you can to the ground. Halfway. Whatever hold you choose, try to keep your shoulders level. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and plank position. Here we go. Ten seconds left here. Three, 2, 1, and shuffle. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, 1, rest. That was round 3. All right, moving on to round 4. But round 4 out of 5. Getting started with walking lunges. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. You can also hold this weight up under your chin. It doesn't work to hold down by your side. But like I said, I like this off-center weight because it forces you to do a little more work. Switch hands if you're on one side. Three seconds, 2, 1, and plank position. Little pro tip, the closer your hands are, the less side to side or twisting motion you're going to get. So if your hands are close, it's going to be a little bit easier than if your hands are far apart here. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and shuffle. Ten seconds. And rest. 2 seconds ago. All right, last round of these coming up. So after our 30-second rest at the end of this round, we're going right into the next round. So I'll try to explain as we go along. All right, walking lunges. And here we go. Halfway. And plank position with the reach. Make this your best one, hips nice and solid. Ten seconds left. And shuffle. Last 30 seconds here. Fifteen seconds left. Five seconds. 2, 1, rest. All right. Next group, staggered push-up. That's a regular push-up, except your hands are staggered just a little bit. And at 15 seconds, we'll switch. Row hold, so get the weight ready that you need. Preferably that's 2 hands, but if you got to do it with 1, we'll just call halfway. And then jumping jacks to finish up. All right, staggered push-up in 2, 1. Here we go. New set of exercises for 5 rounds. Switch your hands. So now the other hand is in front. Try to keep your body straight through all of this. So just because your hands are different doesn't mean your body should turn. All right, and moving on, row hold. So if you got one weight, you're just going to be kind of pulling it into your belly button here, making sure that your hips are supporting you. Shoulder blades are together. You can also do wide feet, one arm at a time. Halfway if you need to switch. And jumping jacks, here we go. Ten seconds left. 2, 1, rest. 30 seconds rest, round 1 is gone. So I'm going to switch to a band row hold. So I'll just stretch the band in between my feet and then pull up, make it tight. All right, starting to push up in 5 seconds. 2, 1, and here we go. Should be about fingertips straight across to the heel of your hand. So we don't have to be way split apart, just slightly different. Let's switch sides. Three seconds. 2, 1, row, hold. Here we go. You can choose the position of your palm, so it kind of depends on what you're using. If you're using a weight, it might work to be neutral. Switch hands if you need to. And jumping jacks, here we go. Ten seconds. And rest. Round 2 gone. 3 rounds to go. Okay, back to the push-ups. 5 seconds. Remember, it doesn't have to be a big difference. One hand slightly in front of the other. And here we go. Halfway, switch your hands. Three, 2, 1, row, hold. Switch sides if you need to. Squeezing those shoulder blades together, back of your elbows up to the ceiling. And jumping jacks, here we go. Halfway. Three, 2, 1, rest. Okay, that's round 3. 2 rounds to go. Okay, back to the push-ups. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Switch your hands. And row hold, here we go. If you're bent over, this is also a good chance to make sure that your hips are supporting you, not your low back. So we shouldn't be getting tired in your low back. You should feel that support in your butt and back of your legs. you're not feeling that, sit your hips back more. Think about getting your chest wide. Jumping jacks, here we go. Ten seconds. 2, 1, rest. So on the row thing, if you're rounded over like this, you got that, you're stretching all those muscles in your low back, then this is going to get pretty tiring, right? Because it's the small muscles in your back that are propping you up. So keep your chest wide, make that hinge here at your hips, and use the tension down the back of your leg to stand you up. All right, last set of push-ups. And here we go. Switch hands. Three, 2, 1, and row hold. Keeping those shoulder blades pulled down and back. Big chest across the front. Make that double chin. Focus on pulling your elbows up, not your hands. 3, 2, 1. Last set of jumping jacks. Here we go. Halfway. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, that's a day. Let's make sure we're standing tall here. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling like either tired or kind of tight up here in front. So if you're feeling that at all, and you feel like you're being rounded forward by it, spend some time on the floor here. You can go back into that same stretch that we did in the beginning where you're laying on the foam roller, or even just doing a floor angel and floor slides as well, just kind of to open you up. Again, sometimes push-ups can have a tendency to pull you tight, and then if you start your day hacking away at the computer like that, it's not always the best fit. So if you need to, spend a little time opening back up. So, all right, that's a wrap for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Happy Friday, everybody. Have a great day. Maybe we'll see you this weekend.
Thanks, Brian.
See you guys.
Thanks, Brian.
You're welcome. Have a good day.